Now to the center of it all, Gaza. Amid the maneuvering for a ceasefire, the Israeli shellings and strikes continue to claim more innocent lives in the Gaza Strip. Now, the Israeli Prime Minister says he will continue that until Hamas is eliminated, something that the Americans don't think is possible. Now, on the other side, Hamas group refuses any talks about truce unless there is an agreement for a permanent ceasefire. Now, the following report will bring you more details.
Yet another horrifying account from Gaza, Israeli forces hit a UNRWA school in Nuseirat camp in airstrikes. Those strikes claimed the lives of at least 40 civilians, including women and children.
We are displaced in Al-Kastel Towers. My son called us at 2:30 in the morning to say that Ahmed had been martyred. They hit them with a missile in the classroom in the school. We came here. We have been awake and have not slept until now. He is the youngest, one of my sons, and my dearest.
Israel says it was a targeted attack on 30 Hamas militants housed inside the premises. IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said the strike at the school was conducted after intelligence information of no women and children in the classrooms. He went on to name the Hamas fighters the forces believed were hiding inside the UN-run school.
We conducted the strike once our intelligence and surveillance indicated that there were no women or children inside the Hamas compound, inside those classrooms. Despite the complex operational conditions, our Air Force used precise munitions to target the 3 specific classrooms that the terrorists were hiding inside. Here are some of the terrorists who were hiding inside the UN school in Nuseirat, who we eliminated before they could carry out more attacks against Israelis.
Ismail al-Tawabta, the director of the Hamas-run government media office, rejected Israel's assertion that the UN school in Nuseirat was hiding a Hamas command post. Washington says it is in contact with Israel about Thursday's strike on the Gaza school.
We've seen the claims that 14 children were killed in this strike. And certainly when you see, if that is accurate, that 14 children were killed, those aren't terrorists. And so the government of Israel has said that they're going to release more information about this strike, including the names of those who died in it. We expect them to be fully transparent in making that information public.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the strike on the school, which was sheltering about 6,000 displaced Palestinians. The Israeli Information Center for Human Rights in the occupied territories, B'Tselem, called the attack on the school housing internally displaced people a suspected war crime. In another tragic incident, Israeli shelling and airstrikes killed at least 19 people in central and south Gaza. Palestinian medics said these deaths included 2 policemen who were helping protect humanitarian aid deliveries in the southern city of Rafah. 17 of them died in separate Israeli airstrikes on the Al-Burej and Al-Maghazi refugee camps and the city of Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. The IDF strikes are taking place at a sensitive moment, with mediated negotiations on a ceasefire agreement currently on. That agreement entails the release of hostages seized by Hamas on October 7th, and some of the Palestinians held in Israeli jails. Hamas is seeking a permanent ceasefire. However, Israel says it must destroy the Islamist group first.
We are working in countless ways to return our hostages. I think about them all the time, about their families, about their suffering. Therefore, we have gone the extra mile to bring them back. But during this action, we have maintained the goals of the war, and primarily the elimination of Hamas. We insist that we complete both. It's part of the outline. It's not something I'm adding now. It's something I'm adding because I was pressured in the coalition. It's something we unanimously agreed on in the war cabinet.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is facing flack from within his own cabinet over the US proposed ceasefire agreement. Israel's National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has accused Netanyahu of whitewashing the ceasefire deal.
If there is no agreement for ending the war, why are you refusing to show me the draft that you have promised to show me? There can only be one reason for all the hiding and smearing. This is a draft of a reckless deal, and now there is some sort of an attempt to whitewash it.
In an interview with Time magazine, US President Joe Biden said Netanyahu may be stalling the ending of the war in Gaza for political reasons. Republican leaders in the US say the Israeli Prime Minister will present the truth about the war when he addresses the US Congress on the 24th of July.